Here you can see we are having the network, and now we are going to do what? We are configuring the IP addresses through the router, not from end devices, right? So you know what is end devices are computers. Last video you have learned from these kind of end devices you have configured the router, right? So what you can do is you can configure the IP addresses from the, now you are going to learn what is, you are going to configure IP addresses from this router, right? Okay, so first of all what I am doing is I will explain this IP addresses, right? So here you can see the network IP address is 198.168.10.0, right? So I will take this and I will write 198.168.10.0 is the IP address, and we can allocate 198.168.10.255. These kind of range IP addresses we can allocate, right? What it means, so here this IP address 1, 2 and 3 like that. So the another one is 255, right? So this first IP address for network IP address, and this one, so what you know what is network IP address? Network IP address is kind of, it's common for the whole network, right? The another IP address is, so we can't use this IP address, we are not using this IP address for anything, right? We are using the first IP address, so we are using this IP address for the default gateway. You know what is default gateway, and this is the last one, and we are also not using for any networking thing. This one is broadcast IP address, the last IP address, right? So I think you can remember these things. So now I am going to do the configuration. I am double click the router and I am going to command front, and here I am pressing no and enter, and again you have to do the enter, then you can start. And here we are having kind of mode. What are they? Right, here we are having 3 modes. First one is router, right? So you can see the first mode. What it is mean, it user exact mode. What it is, it's checking whether you will be able to log in to the router, right? So if you want to go to the another mode, you have to press enter enable, right? So here you have to press enable, enter. Then you are coming to what? You are coming to privilege exact mode. So you can identify the privilege exact mode from this. This is one, privilege exact mode, right? So if you want to, so next step is you have to go to configuration mode, because now you have to do the configurations. So from the privilege exact mode you can identify its vwin existing configurations, right? So now what you want is you have to do configuration mode, so you have to press configure terminal, right? So here I am typing configure terminal and press enter, right? So you are coming to where you are coming to, when you press this command, you are coming to router, sorry, configuration mode. You can identify that configuration mode from router config, alright? So now you are in configuration mode. From this point, right, from this point obviously so you can use my website, right? You can use my website. Go to the website and go to the network module, and at the end there is a slide DHCP, and please go to the bottom slide. There are the steps, right? So now you have to do the configuration from these steps. First one is you have to type a pool name, right? What is pool name? So I am typing IP. So these things I am typing, right? IP DHCP pool, IP DHCP pool chunk. Sorry, I'm adding the pool name as student, right? And press enter, right? So then you are coming to the second space. You have to add the network IP address. So what is our network IP address? I have mentioned the first. This is the network IP address, right? So I am typing network and 198.168.10.0, right? And I am typing 255.255.255.0 and press enter. Then you have to add default gateway, right? So I am typing default, and default IP address is, I already mentioned, 198.168.10.1 is the default IP address, and I am pressing enter. Then you have to save this one, right? So if you want to save this one, you have to come to what? You have to come to privilege exact mode. So then exit and exit. Here you are coming to the configuration mode, again exit, and here you are in the privilege exact mode. So you can do the save by WR, right? You can do the by WR, right? So it's built-in configurations right now, right? So that's the first step. So second step, we have to allocate the IP address to this port. So I'm going to configure and gigabit Ethernet, and here I type in the default gateway 198.168.10.1 and this one, and you have to on the router, right? If you want, you can go to settings and save. That's enough, and that's all, right? So now please go to a PC and go to desktop, IP configurations, and click this one, DHCP server.